Oy ru 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 dai dai da dam Oy da da dai I want to wish you a good derva. Oy, my dear friends, a good derva. A blessed vach, a lichtige vach, a happy vach. I want to wish you all the blessings, a wonderful week. You know we're starting on the week. You know, the first thing we do in the week is we go back to work. But for some people, they're not so excited to go back to work. Because you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because at work, either there's no work, or there's not too much money coming. So you know, Shlomo HaMelech, the wisest of the wise, and the sweetest of the sweet, he taught us that Ein Chodesh Tachas HaShemesh. It's not the first time that we have these problems. So what does he do 100 years ago? Reb Yankel doesn't have any parnasa. He takes his horse and wagon and goes to the Baal Shem, comes to the holy of the holiest and the sweetest of the sweet. And he says, Rebbe, Rebbe, my holy, holy Rebbe, the holiest, the Kodesh HaKadoshim, the holy Baal Shem Tov, please, daven to Hashem for me, so I can have shefa, bracha, hatzlacha. The chassid is waiting to hear what those holy rabbis is going to say. And slowly the Baal Shem Tov starts to speak. My holy chassid, you know, I see Baruch HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. I see that in the next town there's this little bridge. And if you dig under the bridge, you're going to find a treasure full of gold coins, and with that you'll be a rich man for the rest of your life. Chassid goes and he travels to city A with a shovel in his hand. Time he gets there, it's early in the morning. He wants no one to see him digging under the bridge. And he starts digging under the bridge. Oh, Gewalt, it's hard to dig under the bridge. When all of a sudden he hears a voice. Is that you, my dear friend? And he looks up. And he sees crossing the bridge early in the morning. On the way to work is his friend, Reb Beryl. Rabbi Yankel, what are you doing here so early in the morning? Digging? Reb Beryl asks Rabbi Yankel. And Rabbi Yankel says, don't you know that I'm a chassid of the holiest of the holiest, the Baal Shem Tov. And the Baal Shem Tov has such Ruach HaKodesh. He could see that there's a treasure hidden under this bridge. So I came to dig up this treasure. And then Beryl turns to Rabbi Yankel and says, my Taira friend Rabbi Yankel, I don't want to disappoint you, but I think that you're a little taking this a little bit, you know. What do you mean, Rabbi Beryl? What do you mean? Let me tell you, my friend Rabbi Yankel, let me tell you. Just last night, I had a dream. And in my dream, I was traveling to the next town. And the third street, in the third house, in the kitchen, I walked through the kitchen. And there under the kitchen stove, I dug, and I found a treasure full of gold coins. You think I'm gonna go and travel all the way there just for a dream? Listen, the Rebbe really, he feels bad for you. And he's trying to help you, but it is what it is. 1 second, Rabbi Yankel, asked the Rebbe. What are you doing? Why do you drop your shovel? Where are you running? Before Yankel even turned around, he started running and running because he knew exactly which city that was. He came to the city, it was his city. He knew which street it was, the 3rd street, because that's where he lived on. Rabbi Yankel knew which house it was. His house was the 3rd house. He came into the kitchen and pulled the stove out of the way, and he started digging and digging and digging. He dug and dug until he found the treasure full of gold coins. And he quietly took 1 gold coin at a time and used that to buy new shoes for his children. He used another gold coin a few weeks later to buy some food. And slowly, Rabbi Yankel started living a better life. After a half a year passed by, Rabbi Yankel realized, 1 second, who told me about the treasure? It was Rebbe. It's not fear that I should keep the treasure for myself. Let me share the treasure. So Rabbi Yankel travels all the way to the 2nd city. Halfway there in the forest, he sees a fancy wagon pulled with 4 white horses coming up to him. He gets out and sees the wagon also stops. They both stop in the middle of the forest. And guess who comes out of the wagon? It's his friend Baal. And they hug each other. And they're so excited, tears of joy falling out of their eyes. Baal, Yankel, how are you? My tired friend. Well, I have to tell you, Rabbi Yankel says to the Baal, when I was digging under the bridge, the truth is that you were right. That was my house. I came home and dug under the stove, and I found this treasure. And don't worry, says Rabbi Yankel. You know what? When you ran away, I said, 1 second. What am I saying? This is the Baal Shem Tov, the holiest of the holiest, and the sweetest of the sweet. The holy Baal Shem Tov said there's a treasure under this bridge. What got to me? So I started digging under the bridge. And guess what? I found the treasure. Just like the holy Tzaddik Soberach HaKodesh. I'm on the way to you right now, says Rebbe, because I said, who told me about the treasure? You. So at least I want to share the treasure with you. Rebbe tells Yankel, but I don't need the money. You know what? Let's go to the Baal Shem Tov and ask him what to do with the money. The Baal Shem Tov tells him and says, you know what? You have a son, you have a daughter, make a shidduch and give the money to the new young couple. So every Matzah Shabbos, one of the holy Talmidim of the Baal Shem and Menachem Kamiker would relay the story by Malav Malka before he benched as a segula for Parnasa. My dear friends, I wish you a good luck, a successful week, full of all the blessings. May you realize that the treasure, you go a lot of times, you go places looking for a treasure, and we don't realize the treasures in your city. Yes, it's in your city. The treasures in your home. The treasures in your kitchen, it's in your dining room. You have it in your heart. Dum.